Yep, we're starting. We need the hat. See the hat. Atlas shrugged. We're starting. We need the hat. And we need to turn off any extraneous audiovisual repeats. So as you know by now, I'm Ernie, trader of futures. How you doing, friends? It's Monday, start of a new week, but in Bitcoin, there are no new weeks. It's just one continuous menagerie of excitement and prosperity, I should say, right? We're all just making millions day after day after day after day. And, as you can see, I've retitled. What the hell is that noise going on out there? Looks like some truck that is doing lawn service or something is going by, as all his lawnmowers and everything. Okay, anyways. I titled this, Huge Bitcoin Breakout Coming. I don't know when, but I'm sure that it will happen sometime in the future. And if you're disappointed by that kind of clickbait, well, I really apologize. But that's what it was. It was clickbait, and I was only parroting what I was seeing when I did a search on the term Bitcoin in YouTube and anywhere else. Everybody is predicting this huge breakout coming. Some will ask, well, is this nothing more than just a bear flag, or is it a double bottom? Huge Bitcoin breakout coming, the riches are near. It goes on and on and on. And I guess I want to get your opinion. What do you think? Do you think that there is this huge Bitcoin breakout coming? And what would be the reason for it? So I'm reading some of the comments. Huge breakout coming. Are you kidding, right? You are kidding. Yes. Bitcoin is going to the moon, as DW111 would say. And CGA, hey, I don't know what this guy's talking about. Aha, nice one. But seriously, go and take a look. Just do a search on Bitcoin. I think people are getting a little antsy. They can't take the fact that Bitcoin has been down in the dumps all this time. What are they supposed to think? You can't go. I guess the prevailing wisdom is that you can't go this long, this much down without there being some kind of knee-jerk reaction to the upside. It just can't be. I mean, we were at 20,000. Now we're at 6,700. We were down at 5,700. Anon says, high volume node at 6,700 breakout is imminent. According to who? And for what reason? What is the reasoning behind there is a breakout imminent? Now, I agree that there is a huge, what? Leptokurtic bell curve? What fucking drugs are you on? My God. First of all, bell curves are a way of measuring a distribution of possibilities. They are not predictors of anything. All the breakouts happen at leptokurtic bell curves. No, they don't. You're wrong. Sorry. Wrong. What do you think that huge cell absorption in Bitfinex at 6311, 6400, or 6700? Have no idea what huge cell absorption means at Bitfinex. And Bitfinex is not the biggest exchange out there. And so if it happens at one exchange, who the hell cares? I would just like to hear somebody give me some cogent, tangible evidence that there's a big breakout coming. and what the reasoning behind it. What is the upswell? Where are the new customers coming in? Where's the new money coming in? Where's the new technology? What is fueling all of this instead of some stupid mathematical equation? Please stop insulting your own intelligence. I feel a smash coming. It's a feeling. It's a deep-seated feeling. I feel it in my gut. Where's your critical thinking, people? Where's the logic and the reason? Where's the skepticism? Where's the research? I am trading BitMEX now. I have no idea what relevance that has. No use cases whatsoever so far. Too hard, too soon, premature breakout, this was. See ya in 1 to 2 years. Now there is a semblance of sanity. All right? Too much too soon. Along with it, it dragged along a whole bunch of scammers and schemers and fraudsters that saw an opportunity to bilk you of billions and billions of dollars. And now you just can't reconcile with that fact. The fact that all these people out there just stole your money and now they're lingering out there with all these projects, throwing it in your face, saying, nah, 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 I got $100 million. That's what they're saying. They're laughing at you. They're laughing at you. They're laughing at your ignorance. It's about leptokurtic distribution. All right. So we can all put big buzzwords out there. Identifying breakout moves in Breft and Steenberg. ET says, who's ET? Says 1 million coming. Yeah, who is ET? They giggle with delight. Scammers win this fight. I think we hit 7,200 quick and then dump. That's a possibility. But I look at the volume profile, and there's a pretty big jump there. And right now, the real problem with price moving up is that the shorts and the short-long spread has decreased dramatically over the weekend. You learned volume profile from Bruce Levy. That's nice. I don't know who the hell he is. Bruce Levy. Should we be concerned about Bruce Levy? Let's find out who Bruce Levy is. Is it Dr. Bruce Levy? I have no idea. There's a lot of Bruce Levys out there. But let's add volume profile to that mix. Maybe that'll help. Oh, he wrote a book. The volume, I think I have that book. I didn't like it. By Bruce Levy. Because every place where he says there is support and resistance is wrong. Oh well. Let's look at this this other term that we were talking about, the leptokurtic bullshit. According to Investopedia, leptokurtic distributions are statistical distributions where there are extreme points or outliers along the x-axis. Okay, resulting in higher kurtosis than found in normal distribution. These extreme value outliers are also evidence of fat tails relative to, but that doesn't mean that they're going to happen. All right, I mean, this is like wishing that something would fit my narrative. I'm wishing that, that there's going to be a big breakout soon. So I'm going to find every kind of evidence that would point to it, and I'm going to use that to fit my narrative. That's not being a skeptic. That's not being logical and reasoned. So BitMEX CEO Arthur Hayes blogged that Ethereum is a 2-digit shitcoin. That is, it's soon to go under $100, taking many ECR20s to zero. Do you agree? Well, to a degree, I agree. One thing I've noticed about Arthur Hayes is that every time he comes on CNBC, he wears the exact same clothes. Now, I don't know if his closet is just filled with, you know, these sort of steel gray T-shirts and jeans. Is that all he owns? But that's all he ever wears. Is he trying to be, you know, copy some kind of Steve Jobs persona? How you doing, Marv? Delta Digger, I can't believe people see that Bitcoin Gas has been on exchange life support for the last 12 months. No breakout, only pump and dumps. All right, so what I'm going to do right now is let's do a little Bitcoin analysis. We're still within my the bear flag that I've drawn out there. Nothing has really changed from that point of view, so we'll take a look at that first of all. So I don't know what this is telling. Yeah, sure, why not? So here's the bear flag. I extended it a little bit. We may have to extend it some more. We're butting up against this area right here at 67, 6,800, as I said. It is possible that we push up to the 7,200 area, I guess, and use that as, you know, maybe one final ditch up. But it really doesn't look like we're going to do that. I mean, I suppose if you went to the tails of these bars here that reached up here, I mean, we've already come up to about 6,800, 6,900, and then revert. You know, now let's take a look at the longs and shorts. Now here are the shorts, and we can see that they've come off their top big time. And it looks like to me that we're going to continue to drift down. If we take a look at the longs now, Bitcoin USD longs, we can see simultaneously that the longs now have increased. So the spread has pretty much been negated. And here we are sitting at the top of this, or near the top of this channel. So I'm willing to give it a few more days. I think that, you know, given the size of this flagpole, it's very conceivable that, you know, it could be also that this whole thing just needs to come down. Maybe it's just bigger. Maybe it looks like this. I don't know why I'm doing this. I'm trying to accommodate everybody's ideas. But I still believe that this is where we're going. We're going to, you know, run out of gas and then come down. And you can see here, volume has been slowly decreasing as we get further and further out on this leg. This is just this is not a certainty that we're going to go down by any means, but from a statistical point of view, such a well-formed bear flag in the context of a much larger bear market, this will happen about 70-75% of the time. So there's a 3 out of 4 chance that this thing is going down. There is the outside chance that we're going up. Now that is accounting for some kind of anomaly, you know, something really just drastic happening in the market. You know, SEC just all of a sudden has an epiphany and decides Bitcoin for everybody. Right? Is that what's going to be necessary? Is that what we need? Or are we looking for some leptokurtic bullshit? Some fat tail? All right, we're going to go back to the Ernie, gold, silver, slowly dying right now, I know, and platinum. Platinum as well. I mean, they have just been decimated. Let's take a look. I'm just going to take a look here quickly and see what we see. Platinum futures. Why can't I choose platinum futures? Is there something going on here? PL. Platinum futures. There we go. Yeah, platinum is currently right around $800. That's, man, that is just ridiculous. Gold and silver also way down. I'd have to say that to me, they seem like great values. Right. We all know that cryptos have no intrinsic value. There are some people that will argue that nothing has intrinsic value. Ernie, how long can we keep short squeezing like this? Well, like I said, the short squeezing right now is a matter of just grinding away at that spread, the long short spread. So that's what you really need to look at. You need to look at the short, the Bitcoin short and the Bitcoin long, the difference between those two. Gather that information. That is what is actually most important. Let's see if that we can actually draw such a graph. So we have BTC, USD, Bitcoin shorts, minus BTC, USD, longs. All right, so I drew this graph here, and let me show it to you. So all I did was I went into TradingView and I put Bitcoin shorts minus Bitcoin longs, and that gives me the difference between the two. And you can see that we did hit, and this is a daily chart, so several days ago we did hit a high. We are now coming back off that high. If we take a look at this from, say, a weekly point of view, let's see, how can we do that? TradingView is not the easiest program to use. So time frame, maybe I have to just sort of squeeze this. So historically, yeah, so we've hit up against this, and then we usually drop down. So shorts, if there are more shorts, it tends to go up. If there are more longs, it tends to go down. It looks like that we're historically at a high point. Now, April 12th, this is where we had that big breakout. So we had a big short squeeze here. So I guess one might say that, you know, we're primed for having another big breakout according to this. So one could make that assumption. But why aren't we? Why aren't we breaking out? Why is there no breakout? Why? Why? Why is there no breakout? Bitcoin will replace gold within 2 years. Oh. That, again, that's just dreaming. It's completely void and without being based in any kind of fact or even an inkling of anything. It's just crazy. Not even 10 years. Ripple has good support at $0. That's good, Nick. I like that. I think most of these have good support at $0. Bo says short squeeze. My wife's nickname. Yeah, that's an old joke now, Bo. All right. How can we earn 1 million in one night? That's a good question, because if there were a universal answer for how to earn 1 million in one night, everyone would be out there doing it. I think that really the easiest way to do it is to find some sort of nefarious partner, someone who is extremely motivated that needs something done illegal, and you do that thing for them. That may be one way, but you're taking a huge amount of risk that you may not get paid either. So I would make sure that you get at least 1/3 of it up front. How can I donate? Well, I don't take donations for what I do here. The only donations that I do take are for my dog Neo, who, by the way, is responding fantastically to the cannabis oil treatments that we've been giving him. He's gained a lot of his weight back. His energy level has skyrocketed. He's playing with his brother Obi. I mean, we're incredibly encouraged. Now, we're hoping that that is not all just the prednisone taking over, which is a hormone, and which is an anti-inflammatory hormone, and it's supposed to shrink some of the tumors. We're hoping that also the cannabis oil is fighting those tumors back. So if you do want to donate, that I would rather have any money go towards Neo. He means so much to us. And you can do that down below in the description. Enjoy the beach. I am leaving today. Really? So I am on an island called Martha's Vineyard, and a lot of you may or may not be familiar with Martha's Vineyard. But what I'll do right now is I'm going to show you a picture of Martha's Vineyard. All right, that'll be a good picture. I'll show you that. All right, so here's Martha's Vineyard, the island. It's right off the coast of Massachusetts, right underneath the armpit of Massachusetts, where Cape Cod is. And you can see it on the United States. We're in the Northeast. And Martha's Vineyard here is made up of 5 townships, 1, 2, 3, 4, actually 6. I always consider Tisbury and West Tisbury to be the same, but they don't even mention Chilmark, which is over here. So it's actually 7 townships. Chilmark is right over here, this extension over here. You can only get to it by ferry. That's because the bridge got washed out. That's the bridge that Ted Kennedy murdered Mary Jo Kopechne. Well, actually, he was drunk and rode his car off of the bridge, and then he came home without trying to save her. And then was, because he's a Kennedy, was given a pass. But anyway, they've torn down that bridge. They've torn down that bridge, and now there's a ferry. So this is where we are. We were on this beach right here yesterday, actually for the past couple of days. This is the backside of that beach. This is called Aquina, or Gayhead. Probably one of the most beautiful beaches in the world. Here's another nice picture of it on the other side. This is a clothing optional beach, by the way. Yeah, so that's where we spend a lot of our time, on this beach here. Here's another map. let's see if we can get to a real map of Martha's Vineyard, and I'll show you where we are. So again, here's Martha's Vineyard and Massachusetts. I live right over here in Massachusetts, so it's not too far. We only have to drive down the road a bit to the ferry and then come over to it. So we're very close. But Martha's Vineyard is a pretty big island. It's about 90 square miles. And we're located right about here right now. Let's see if we can zoom in on that. So there's McConaughey Head. I would say I am right now, right there. That's where I am. So if anybody happens to be on Martha's Vineyard and wants to see where, come visit, that's where I am, right there to be precise. All right. So is Bitcoin going to break out? That is the question that everybody wants to know. Is there a possibility? What are the odds that Bitcoin will break out? And if it does, where will it go to? I think that the odds are probably 20 to 25% that it will break out. If it does, where will it go? Well, let's take a look at that. Let's take a look at the volume profile and see where it could possibly go. Now, if it does break out, it will invalidate this bear flag, which I think has very strong reason to believe that it will, and from a contextual point of view, everything. Receding volume, flag after a huge downward pull. This is in the context of a much larger bear market. I said 75%. I'm going to give this 85%. So I'm going to give this more like a 15 to 20% that we're going to break out. If we do, I don't believe that we're going to get much higher than this. It's possible we could reach up to 7,400. Very unlikely. But if you've noticed, we've had higher lows and lower highs and lower lows along the way. Now we have yet to finish this leg down, so I'm not going to say that this is a higher low than this. I don't think that's a correct assumption. The way I look at this is all part of the same wave down. So I would say that maybe a 15 to 20% chance that we're going to move up. And even if we do move up, let's see. I don't see us getting much higher than this point here, 7,400. It's possible that we touch this one, 7,800. I mean, that's an outside chance. The odds are really going with us. I think we're going to grind it out a little bit here and reduce that long short spread a little bit more and then start moving down. But as I've said in the past, you gotta take this into consideration. The only way, and I think that the whales are starting to really understand this and internalize this, is that the only way that Bitcoin is going to go up is if there is institutional involvement and wider general public involvement. And of course, the general public is not interested in this unless they feel from a regulatory point of view things are safer and easier access. Institutions kind of feel the same way. And they don't want to get in unless that price is at a good price that they can feel good about. Because getting in now means that they could, in fact, ride this thing down a good long ways and take a big hit. They're not interested in it. So whales, hear me out and hear me good. The only path to Bitcoin going up is for a drastically lower price in Bitcoin. It's the only way that the SEC is going to get interested, that institutional investors are going to get interested, and then that will drag in more retail customers. It needs to go down dramatically. Now, you might want to exercise some kind of trick of hand, sleight of hand, and then pull it down. I don't think that's going to do it. We need to move down in a steady, stepwise fashion and make it attractive to institutional investors. And then regulatory scrutiny will improve. Some people are going to have to give up some of their Bitcoin and redistribute it, I believe. Right now, I think the idea that Bitcoin is going to be the next reserve currency is such a long shot. I mean, I don't think that it's such a long shot that it's like getting hit by lightning twice and getting attacked by a shark, all within the same week. I think those are probably close to the odds of Bitcoin becoming the reserve currency. There's simply the distribution of Bitcoin will not allow for that. To become the world currency, that would mean that there would be a few hundred trillionaires, and that's not going to happen. Simply not going to happen. In order for Bitcoin to go up, in order for Bitcoin to see any kind of appreciable rise, and I don't think it will ever be a reserve currency or used as a currency. It may be used as some kind of speculative asset. The only way for it to go up is that it must first come down, and come down hard. It must break 4,000, perhaps even 2,000, for it to come up again. I can see some temporary move ups, but they're going to be short-lived. Now, you can throw at me all your mathematical formulae about statistical distributions, but they are nothing more than models. They are not predictors of anything. All right? And that's the way it was, and that's the way it's going to be. Bitcoin is not going up. It's not, there's going to be no big breakout. Swash away, whatever those guys are saying. It's just hopeful thinking. Everything follows the fundamentals, at least in the long run. In the short term, we can have events that will happen that may push it up here and there, but it's not going to be sustained. Just not. Well, that's the show for today. I'm making it short, again, because it is a vacation show. I'll be on the island for another week or so. We have people taking care of our house, squatters, I guess you could call them, that need to be there. And if anybody has any other comments, I'd love to see them. Put them down below. Hit the like button. If you have any interesting stories or any other ideas on how you think Bitcoin might survive all of this, or, I'm getting kind of sick and tired, quite frankly, of this crypto world, the cryptoverse. I mean, there's a lot of money involved here, and most of that money is ill-gotten. Most of it is ill-gotten. That's the disturbing part. And there are a lot of people that are hopeful out there, hoping that they're going to recover all the money that they lost. And they're not going to. It's going to be a while. It's going to be at least another year before this market revitalizes itself. The market doesn't exist right now. This is the point. So anyways, this is that's all I've got to say for today. Tomorrow I plan on having a very interesting show, and you should tune in for that. I think that you're going to get a high degree of value out of it. And we'll see you then. Love you all. Take care. See you next video. Oh, a few comments came in. It's not guaranteed to go up or go down. It can go anywhere. Of course, that's the truth, but we all look at the odds, Mr. Ballsy. And the odds definitely point to it going down first before it can go up. Yes, I'll look at your cool TA you sent earlier. I didn't see it. Sorry. What's that with the clickbait? I explained that at the beginning of the video. The clickbait, I'm just sort of perpetuating the clickbait that is being perpetuated by all the other crypto channels out there, including all the shills, including Bloomberg and Fortune and Inc. and all these other guys. You had much sun at the beach. Not enough. If you're a futures trader, show your positions on BitMEX. I don't trade futures on BitMEX. I trade real futures. My name and position publicly available. That's fine. Why are you not long? Because I'm not a fucking idiot. That's why. If you're long, you're a fucking idiot. How's that? Anyways, there's a troller. We'll see you later. Bye, y'all.